Hello. I'm James, and I live in Manchester in the UK. And you're listening to English with a Brew, a podcast where I talk about different day-to-day topics to help you learn English the most natural way possible. And that is only by listening to it. If you want to support this podcast, read transcripts, and get exclusive access to more content, go to patreon.com/English with a Brew. So, as we say in Manchester, get a brew on and let's get started. Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. How are you all doing on this beautiful day? Well, I hope it's beautiful where you are and that the sun is shining just like here. It seems like we might be having one final week of summer here in the UK. It's the start of a new week, and so, of course, I have a new episode for you all today. And this time, we're talking about the different ways, the different methods you can use to learn a new language. There are all different kinds of ways to learn a new language, and you're doing one of them right now. The first method, and probably one of the most common methods, is to take language classes. Here in the UK, we normally start to take language classes in school. When I went to school, we didn't study languages until secondary school. But I believe that now you start to study a language in primary school too, when you're younger, when you're about 7 years old. And when I went to school, I studied German, and I chose to continue studying German until I left secondary school. But sadly, I don't remember much German now. Other students in my school studied French, Spanish, or Latin. Outside of school, or as an adult, it's still possible to take language classes. You can take private classes where it's just you and your teacher, or you can take group classes in a language school or online on the internet. Another option is to use textbooks, and textbooks are books designed specifically to help you learn a language. If you don't want to take classes or read textbooks, there are numerous websites and applications that can teach you a language. Easily the most popular app is, and I'm sure you've heard of it, Duolingo. But there are other apps too, like Memrise and Babbel. Also, you can use other apps that aren't specifically for language learning, but can help you, like Anki. And with Anki, you can create or download a set of flashcards to help you memorize words that you find difficult to remember. All of these apps are great for beginners and intermediates. And when you are a little bit more advanced, you can use apps like Tandem to find a language exchange partner, someone you can talk or chat to. The two of you can have a conversation and help each other. They can teach you your target language, and you can teach them your native language too. All of these methods will teach you the vocabulary, the rules, and the grammar of a language. But another method I'm going to talk about is a little less conventional. And that method is called comprehensible input. The idea of comprehensible input is that we can continue to learn languages the same way that we learned our native language, only and exclusively by listening to it, without studying, without reading, without thinking. Because when we were babies, nobody taught us grammar or the rules or vocabulary until we were old enough to talk about or study the grammar, the rules, and the vocabulary. With comprehensible input, all you need to do is find content or input that is comprehensible to you at your level. And gradually, little by little, you will understand more and more through context and association. All of these methods require hard work and dedication. None of them are easy. You can use just one method, or you can use a combination of some of them. From my personal experience, I've found that the thing that helped my progress the most is listening to the language. It helped me get used to the different combinations of phrases and of words, and the speed that natives speak the language. But what might work for me might not work for everyone. And so I think that the best method to learn a new language is the one you enjoy doing the most. There is no right or wrong way, only successful ways and unsuccessful ways. And the important thing is that you find the way that is most productive for you. That's everything for today's episode of English with a Brew. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did or if you didn't, and tell me what topics you'd like to hear me talk about in future episodes. And don't forget, if you want to support this podcast and get access to all of the exclusive episodes, you can do that on my Patreon page. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are right now. Take care.